All right, so we're back. Today I'm going to fly a mission um, flown by the Pitomnik Defense Unit. Okay. This one is Ace in a Day. Two fighters along with the named ace George Schentke. Weather's clear. We begin over section K2. Can't use wingmen and no flak. Schentke has the additional trait of legend, which means basically he survives. We roll on Soviet forces after 3 combat rounds, set aside the Soviet combatants, and restart with another roll on C6. Germans have the option of replacing one shot down or damaged fighter every 3 rounds, limited by the available aircraft at Pitomnik. Mission ends after Schentke scores 5 victories, or the Axis get 8, or he's shot down. Then everyone automatically goes back to base. So Pitomnik's here inside the cauldron. The Pitomnik Defense Squadron, basically, you get 8 guys. To start, I drew 6 just to fly this individual mission. And they were a volunteer group that deployed in here and were basically under attack all day and night, every day, and went up flying to try to help aircraft get in. This is a historical event. It actually happened a couple times. This mission's kind of a change of pace from the grim, grueling nature of the other missions of the Defense Squadron. It gives you a chance to score some points. But bad things can still happen, so you got to be careful. One thing, over the course of time, I've made the game a little bit easier, less desperate. The early stages of the game, it was brutal, kind of like the real happenings, the goings on inside the cauldron. But it became discouraging for some of the playtesters to get annihilated, and it was less fun. So we kind of toned it down a little bit. Less realist, a little bit less realistic, but still pretty grim and dangerous. So George, he's flying the BF 109. He was credited with 90 victories, 4 over the Western Front, 86 over the Eastern Front. He volunteered to go in there, and he scored 29 victories. He got 6 on December 12th. He was shot down on Christmas Day by. He shot down an IL-2, and the debris from the aircraft hit his. Took out his aircraft, basically. He bailed out successfully, and it was stated that he was most likely captured and beaten to death. So, not a happy ending for George. It really broke the morale of the defense group, his loss. And there's another mission that's dedicated to him that's on that specific Christmas day. But just flying the Ace in the Day mission right now. So I set things up. I rolled on C6 and got 2 aircraft from the 13th as escorts, of which one is green, the other one's experienced. And I placed my aircraft for the A-20s in their locations. George rolled highest, and I took an ace and a veteran to go with him. They rolled pretty well as well. I got. I'm just going to give myself 3 dogfight cards in my sights. I need 4 above. Wing overs defensive, and barrel rolls defensive. I drew those. George himself has Eagle Eyes and ACM expert, so that gives him a +1 to his attack. Eagle Eyes. So we had an ace. They had an experience, so we had a +2. His Eagle Eyes gave us a +3. Sadly, we rolled a 3. It gave us a 6, so there was no advantage. So we start out on round 1. And George has got freedom of action. And we're trying to shoot aircraft down, so he's going to go for this green pilot. 3. Add 1 is a 4. His 5, so he misses. Inauspicious beginning. All right, he's going to do the same thing. Oh, miss. All right, and he's going to go head to head. They miss. 10. He gets 2 hits. We get a 3 and a 3, 6. Shot down. And we don't roll for anything there. So we get 1 victory. On to round 2. We'll roll for our Soviets. We'll start at the bottom here. 4, 3, 7. 8, 3, 11. 4, 3, 7. 4, 3, 7. That's bad. 5 and 6 is 11 for their fighter. And 4, 3, 7. Man, that's terrible. All right, combat round 2. So I'll roll for my guys. George. 7, 8, 15. 2, 8, 10. 9. All right. So George is going to go for the fighter. 12, 2 hits. Actually a 13, so 2 hits. 3, 6. If I can get the counter. Roll against a 6. 7, he's fine. Oh, man. All right. So he's done. He's done. He's coming down to attack him. So I can do... Can't do my wing over because that's 1 or less. Oh, actually, I can. I don't want to take any damage here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 8, 6. Successful. Both aircraft go to action taken. I want to stay with no damage as long as possible. So he can attack one of these guys, but I think we're just going to pass because our thing is not to take damage. It's to survive. All right, so on to round 3. Roll for this group. 1, 4. Roll for the other one. 3, 6. And for the fighter, 6 and 6 is 12. All right, roll for George. 4, 8, 12. 11. Not rolling great. Oh, 9. Actually rolling pretty poorly. All right, so he's got freedom of action. George is going to do his barrel roll. Oh, failed. So instead of a head attack, the enemy gets a +1. Or I'm sorry, failure. the player does not get an attack and does not counterattack but takes their turn normally. All right. So that was a disaster. So he's going here. 7, 1 hit. Using a B. Oh, 2 and wounded. Roll against a 2. He's fine. He's done. He's going to go ahead and take his attack here. 10 minus 1 is 9, so is 2 hits. Three, 5. Roll against a 5. 1. It's flipped. 3, 8. Shot down. All right. So he's got a victory. He's done. And he's going to pass. So at the end of the first rounds, we've got 2 victories, neither of which go to George. So I'm going to roll on C6. 4 is 1d3 PD2s and 1d3 plus 1, 239. So I'll roll 1d3 plus 3. So 6 PE2s and 4 fighters from the 239th. So I'll set that up and be right back. All right, so we're back. The Soviets drew a veteran, an ace, an experienced, and a green. And they actually rolled pretty well. No surprise for either side again. So George is going to start out for us on round 1. He's got freedom of action. And I think he's at 19. 4. He's going to attack this guy. A single attack with +3 or 2 attacks. I think we're going to take the 2 attacks. And that's our last dogfight card. So here we go. First attack. 10. 2 hits. Using a B. I want to try to eliminate the 2, 5. Try to reduce the damage that they can cause us. Roll against a 5. 10. It's fine. All right. Second attack. 11. 2 hits. Using a B. 2, 3, 5, 10. Shot down. That's George's first. Roll for bailout. He bails out, evades. Yes. All right, but that was good. Oh, we also, on our card, it said we could send a guy home and replace him. So we sent this wounded pilot home, and we replaced him with this ace here. So George is done. He's going to go after this 8. 1 miss. So he's done. He's going after our fighter here. We don't have any dogfight cards left. 8. 2 hits. Using a B. 2, 5. Roll against a 5. One thing you got to consider here 10, he's fine. Is that you can't have all your aircraft shot up in the Pitomnik defense group because you only get 8 and you don't get any replacements. And you can't ask for reinforcements. So we got to be able to fly the next mission, so we can't get shredded. All right, so he's going after him. 1 miss. He's done. Done. Green pilot going after him. 1 miss. He's done. And he's going after this guy. Six. 1 hit. Using a B. 2. Roll against a 2. 1. Flipped him. Draw another one. 2. Makes that a 4. Roll against a 4. Shot down. All right. That's our 4th victory. George has still only got 1. And that's the end of round 1. On to round 2. We will roll for our PE2s here. None of them are in the same thing. Oops. 2, 6. 9. 5. 11. 8. None of them are in the same thing here. 6. 11. 13. And the ace. Uh-oh, 16. That's dangerous. All right, start out with George here. 4, 8, 12. Not good. Our other ace. 10, 18. That was good. And our veteran. 5, 8. It's 13. All right, round 2. George has got freedom of action. He can go anywhere. I suppose we should try to hurt this ace a little bit if we can. 10, 2 hits, using a B. 3, 6. Roll against a 6. I'm trying to keep the die rolls on the board here. 9 is fine. Nothing. So George is done. He's coming after our veteran. Exactly what we didn't want him to do. 3. He missed. That's good. So our veteran... Oh, wait. That wasn't George. I'm going to mix that up. Yeah. But I didn't add the extra 1. So our veteran, we could go head to head here, but he's going to go after this green pilot. He's going to leave George to try to handle it on his own. Miss. So he's done. He's coming after George. Let's see if our gamble pays off. Nope. 1 hit. He's going to be 3. Roll against a 3. 4. He hangs on. He's done. George is going for the green pilot. 10. 2 hits. Using a B. 3. Or I'm sorry, 2. 2. 4. against a 4. 1. He's flipped. 2, 6. He's shot down. That's George's second victory, our 5th overall. George is done. And on to round 3. Not shooting down many bombers, but we're getting victories, which is the key. 7, 12, 6, 6, 7. And our fighter, 6, 12. And the ace. 3, 6, 9. All right. Roll for George here. 8 and 8, 16. Our other ace. 12, 20. Dang. And our veteran. 5 and 8 is 13. All right, George has got freedom of action. He's going to go for their ace. We're going to try to get points here. Actually, it's not George's turn. It's this guy's turn. He's going for the ace. 2, miss. He's got to stay there. George is coming down. He's going to go for the fighter, so he doesn't have to get any return fire. 4. +1 becomes a 5 as a hit. He gets +1 for his ACM expert. And aces score on a 5-8, so he gets 1 hit using a B. 3. Roll against a 3. 4. He's fine. So George is done. He's going to go after that same fighter. 6. 1 hit. 2 is a 5. Roll against a 5. 6. He's fine. He's done. He's coming after our ace. 2, miss. And that's the end of round 3. So we're sitting at, George has got 2. We've got a total of 5. We'll send our guy with 5 damage home. We'll bring out another veteran to join us. And we'll leave George out there. All right, we're going to stop this one here. The Germans had 8 victories, with George having 2 of, or I'm sorry, the Germans had 5 victories, which George had 2 of them. You continue going until you got a total of 8, where George was shot down, or George got 5, or till you decided that you'd had enough. You have to be careful that you don't lose too many aircraft for the defense squadron, the Pitomnik defense squadron, because you don't get any replacements. That campaign is a grind. You have to take your points when you can get them and get back safe. That's the most important thing. So that's going to do it for this one.